Part of what we lost when the world was torn apart was community. For generations we have been rebuilding, but our priority was survival. Society requires more than that. It requires that we rediscover how to live and work together for a greater good more profound than simply making it from day to day without starving or being torn apart by some mutant abomination. Now that the settlers have begun to arrive in Greenhaven, its protectors have to decide who is welcome and what their priorities are. Fortunately, they can rely on the guidance of the committee.
We're going to begin with Miss Clawson. Miss Clawson, you are in Overwatch. You're in the city far above in the clouds, hidden from both above and below. It is the home of the committee. The committee being the secret society of Ultra Cats. Ultra Cats being genetically engineered to replace the pets that were killed during the Rufus Plague. Cats which developed far more intelligence than the humans that created them. These cats have decided they have a better shot at rebuilding society in the world than humans do. So, Clawson, you've been waiting in a antechamber for a little longer than's even polite, and you're finally lithe young black cat comes in telepathically. They're ready for you, ma'am. You're
Oh, yes. Well, now they're ready for me. I'm so happy that they're ready for me now. Excellent.
he smiles and escorts you. You come into a large round room, and there are a series of 6 pedestals. Atop each pedestal is a cat. Each cat is lit by a floodlight. So it's very much like the very best Superman movie, the original. So it's very much the Council of Krypton kind of look to it. They all look down, which is cats play status games kind of by instinct, and this is clearly the looking down is not at all a mistake. Clawson.
Yes.
Come in.
Oh, thank you for letting me come in now.
We appreciate your patience and your tolerance as always.
Of course. I'm just here to serve.
You are of the committee, Miss Clawson.
Yeah.
Roberto here is only going to occupy your pedestal while you're on operation. Roberto looks down and meows.
Keep it warm for me, please.
He purrs. We're going to send you below. We've had Professor Pickles working on this, but I think it's time we put our stamp on the operation or pull the plug.
Oh, you need somebody of higher skills than Professor Pickle, I see. Yes, I'd be happy to do that.
We need someone of the very highest order.
Of course.
After the World Dome debacle, we can't afford another mistake.
That I had nothing to do with that one. I just want to mention that again. That was not my project.
You were a nay vote. We have it recorded and we will not forget. We promise.
Excellent. Well, hopefully this one is much better. I hear that these different creatures are they're just very bright. I'm excited to meet them.
Well, I think Pickles has somewhat more faith than her handler. And considering Pickles, that's saying something. Lita has submitted a couple of reports that suggest that the leadership of the defenders of this new settlement might be unreliable is the wrong word, because it's pretty clear they do their best. Undependable? Chaotic? Chaotic but effective, possibly. So we need you to go down, inspect the place, meet some of the leaders, and verify either leader's report or Pickle's optimism. This is the third proto-colony. We have 2 more already in operation. This will be the only one in Texon. While you're down there, representatives from New America might come calling. I don't know if you're up to date on that. Some of the humans that long for the America of the past, before even the corporate buyout, they long for American values. We fear a resurgence of nationalism.
Oh, how odd.
Right? It's the decision of the committees that capitalism is not the way. We'd like to start with socialist meritocracy, initially led by an advisory council, and then we can grow it organically from there.
I know, I was one of the voters on that. I helped decide socialist meritocracy. Meritocracy is very important.
We're aware, but before we send you, we have to make sure to dot every I and cross every T, partially because you insisted on these procedures.
Yes, I insisted on them. Thank you. I'm enjoying this very much.
The one that sighs is one that you were kind of married to for a while, as much as cats get married. And his hackles rise a tiny bit. Well, we have a flitter ready for you to take you down. And you're not going to take a tender with you? You're just the dog, huh?
No, I'll have my dog and I'll have my amazing chair.
You know, we all use minders. There's no shame in it.
Well, I appreciate that you enjoy your minders, and I think that's marvelous of you. I, however, prefer a little autonomy.
Autonomy defined by a dog in a wheelchair. Understood. All right, then, we will send you down alone. We'll send a pilot at the very least.
I mean, I do not know how to fly, so a pilot would be excellent. Thank you.
The cats all laugh. It's telepathic laughter. Very well. Any other questions before we send you down?
No, I'm very excited to go. And thank you, committee, for sending me on this most important journey. I look over at the cat that I used to be with. It's very nice to know that I'm trusted this way.
There is no one more qualified to bestow this honor upon.
Thank you.
He, again, flushes as much as a cat can flush, although I expect some of the micro expressions would be telepathic. They would just be things you feel. And the lithe young cat leads you out, kind of goes past you, brushes you to indicate that you should follow. And you, so just for anyone who's watching, that entire scene, by the way, was a bunch of cats silently in the room. So if you weren't close enough to hear the telepathy, it was just a bunch of cats and a little meowing and 3 purrs. Meanwhile, I need a beast mastery test for Torg, please.
I dropped my die. Okay. Of course, I forgot to bring up my sheet. If you want to tell me real quick for this roll, and then I'll bring up my sheet. Sorry, I think it's 6. If I remember correctly, it's either 5 or 6. I think it's high.
I don't have it up either, but it's a matter.
Oh, okay. I'm trying. Then I'll just vamp until I find it. It should be totally. Right here.
Go ahead and just roll the 6. We'll go from there and figure it out.
Okay.
You do not have to. Here we go. It was 5. You were right. Good memory.
Get that.
All right.
Let's go.
Magic cat.
The cat, yeah.
I got a 6 and a 5.
Okay. So, Colt, can you flash the picture of the Ripper, please?
My baby.
So, this adorable sweetheart, which is currently about 4'10", and fairly massively built, so it's probably over 200 pounds of muscle and armor, comes trotting over to Torg, and it has something in its mouth, and there's a bunch of feathers, and there's blood. It drops a chicken at your feet.
Torg, very, very proud of baby Rip. Oh, Torg, forget. Baby Rip, not baby anymore. Oh, wait, Torg forgot to give baby Rip new name. Baby Rip, do you have a name for yourself? Torg think that fabulous name. Torg like that a lot. Torg think we shorten it though. What do baby Rip think? Oh, baby Rip. Or shall Torg say, Rip? Torg's so happy.
It walks up and bites the head off the chicken and gulps it down, and then noses the rest of it over to you.
Torg say thank you.
One of the few settlers who currently have in Greenhaven comes running over. Torg! Torg!
Hello.
Damn it, Torg! It took me a week to import those damn chickens.
Torg say thank you.
One of the few settlers who currently have. We were hoping for eggs. Baby Rip apparently does not give a hoot about eggs or patience.
Well, surely baby Rip not eat all of chicken.
No. Baby Rip put one in its mouth and ran over here to show you.
Torg fault. Torg feel bad. Torg not mean for baby Rip to disrupt food community. Torg want to participate. So Torg promise that last chicken eat.
Torg, we love you, right? Well, we appreciate you.
Everyone loves Torg.
You say it's Torg's problem, and I'm going to have to respectfully disagree. That is a wasteland devil that eats.
Torg does not appreciate you calling of
its name is now
devil.
spitting. You make a spitting noise? Is that its name?
Torg is surprised you not understand cultural importance behind baby Rip choosing own name and own language.
Like language, Torg, they're not sentient.
Torg say one thing. Because Torg not like to be violent unless have to be violent, yes?
Okay.
You like Torg.
I'm very sorry.
No, Torg not threatening. Torg just saying Torg can be violent.
No.
But Torg choose not to be violent to you, right? I don't know. Torg think you think I threat. Torg not threat. Torg never threat. Torg simply point out that if Torg can be nice,
right,
and
Torg will be nice until Torg is not nice.
No, I
am full of urine and fear and regret.
Torg not trying to scare you. Maybe Torg not explaining this right.
Torg, at this point, you realize that Rip has been glaring at him, and it's just chewing, and there's gobbets and blood coming down. So part of this is a reaction to the fact that the settler is actually watching Rip like use a chicken as bubble gum.
So Torg immediately turns around and looks right at and says, down, put down, down now. Torg, say down. To like put down the chicken. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Of course, that's file. I stopped looking for it because we were
jamming.
Playing the game. We were
It's
jamming. I don't know why it's not just where it should be. I don't know what happened to my computer. Sorry.
It's
Did
just
I move
5
it
dice.
into a weird folder? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what's happening. I have it pinned and it's not there. I don't understand.
Just roll 5 dice. We got you.
Roll 5 dice.
Oh, there it is.
That is.
I accidentally put it in a folder it shouldn't have been. I don't know how that happened, but I found it. Apologies. Okay. Which one again?
5 dice. Beast Mastery.
Beastmaster. Oh, it's Beast Mastery. Oh, sorry. I thought this was something else. I don't know why. I didn't hear Beastmaster. Woo! 2 6s.
Thunk. Bloody wad of chicken remains hits the ground near your feet. You realize that while you were doing that, the settler is slowly backed away.
Yeah, that's smart.
Sorry to have disturbed you, Torg. You have an amazing day, y'all. And he heads back to what's left of his chicken coop.
No. And Torg is just calling after, going, no, Torg, no, you not understand. Torg not, no, please, let Torg explain. Let Torg explain.
I think the camera would pull back as all 230 or 40 pounds of Torg go kind of running after the obviously intimidated, terrified settler. Boom, boom, boom. Meanwhile, going down the circular stairway in the internal silo, Lita has explained to Navad that she has met the computer that runs Greenhaven and that it's been asking for Dad, and that the people here have figured out that Dad is you.
Yeah. So, what did they tell you?
Well, that this computer is it's imprinted on you, I guess.
Kind of.
We also let it name itself.
Oh, what is it? What's it calling itself?
I'm now immediately blanking. What did we end up settling on?
Its name is Opus Magnum Veritas Sloan.
That was it.
And one of you very quickly was, let's just call you Sloan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it had a very involved name, but we're just calling it Sloan for now.
Okay, but they didn't mention what happened.
We didn't get into the details about why what
okay
was it?
Okay, so
what happened? What do you mean?
You know how a pumice stone is kind of porous, and you could just put it in water and it the water kind of goes through it.
Sure.
It's still a rock. There's many ways in.
Uh-huh. How's this like a computer?
Well, that's more like me. I'm like a porous stone to stuff. And I told you about the time that I was inhabited by a dead guy who really wanted a chocolate bar, and then at one point I was like a Wendigo spirit of a satyr man, that magician that we ran into out in the desolation. What I didn't know could happen was that my brain can get pregnant.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna need you to just
So
I don't there's so many things to unpack in everything you just said. I'm lost.
we came here. The AI wasn't an AI. It was a person who kind of willed a new, like I became I'm like kind of the parent of the gated community, like as a mental construct.
Okay. I feel like the computer imprinted on you was just way more straightforward.
Let's go
and
with
I
that.
think we go with that. I think
Let's go with that. The computer.
we go with that.
I thought I could tell you. I can't.
I
I feel like I can't-
appreciate the candor. I just
I feel like I
don't
can't tell D.
D doesn't know.
No, I can't tell her because she's gonna think that I was like cheating on her with 100-year-old man who got me pregnant. But anyway, look, the
Wish you
computer-
hadn't told me that. It would have been so much easier to
But
just not know
it wasn't
it.
like that. It wasn't like that. It was just kind of like a handshake, and then suddenly my brain was pregnant.
Every time you talk, it gets more confusing.
Yeah, fair.
I'm just going to pretend we didn't
It
have
imprinted
this.
on me. Let's go
We're
with
just going to stick with the computer imprinted on you.
Yes.
It was a new brain
You
reboot,
arrive,
hard reset.
you
Hard
arrive
reset.
in engineering and open the door to the computer center. Lita, are you going to introduce Navad?
I guess this is your Sloan.
So
This
the screen flickers to life, and you see that 6 of the drone screens are now active. You've been getting parts deliveries from Hargreaves, who has been sending you repair parts and a couple of extra drones. As per your previous discussion, she's been taking care of you. So you've got about half of the 12 that should be monitoring the place back alive. And there's a screen that has an animated face based on ASCII characters that are changing and flowing and moving. And it smiles. Father,
Sloan.
they told you my name.
Yeah, Lita did. Lita's my friend, and she told me that you named yourself. Congratulations.
Sloan is my nickname.
That's true. Nicknames are things between friends. When one has a long name, we make it shorter for ease.
Right. Like sometimes they just call you Navad and don't call you Lord, which seems like, according to my records, and what Lord means is you're right. So they're all kind of disrespecting you, Father.
Well, I like it.
So it's your name is your nickname?
My name is my nickname. You can go with that.
All right. I like Torg.
Everyone likes Torg.
That's true.
I like Torg because Torg has more colors than everyone else.
Torg has more colors than what?
Everyone
Yeah.
else.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, Torg does have a lot of colors.
And Torg talks simple, so I have to use less of my processes to figure out what they're saying.
Right. Sure. Yeah, I seem to have the opposite problem. I was just talking to Lita, and I think she could have used some extra processors.
All right. Well, my processor's fine. You just need your metaphor relaying needs more processing.
You
Okay.
talk fast. Lita double talks. She
Lita
says
double-
things, but also is saying something else. And if you pay real close attention, often she's saying things like, I'm very frustrated with you, and I wish you'd shut up.
All right, Sloan, that's this is great. I feel like
Oh,
every
she's
time
doing
I
it. She's doing it
visit
right now.
This is you say things about me that feel very like a read. It's this is
Lita,
this is
I'm
great.
sorry, Lita. It's just that you're the smartest person in the settlement, and you're the
Oh.
hardest to figure out.
Well, that's really nice. And now I feel weird. Should I leave you two to bond? Is this, I don't know how this works. Do you need to?
I'm a brain in a jar and a face made of ASCII characters. I'm not sure if we can play catch or anything.
I was just going to say, I don't think catch is probably in the cards. Although I could play you in Pong.
Oh, wait, they wasted a whole bunch of my processes by teaching me Minesweeper. It's really fucked me up.
Go for the corners. That's the key to Minesweeper.
And at this point, it turns off. And the power goes off again. This happened when you installed Minesweeper the first time, Lita. When it gets obsessed with something, it uses up all of its processes and powers down. So apparently the advice to go for the corners has shut Sloan down again. So it all turns off.
Sloan's thinking right now. That's what this is about.
Trying to beat Minesweeper.
Meanwhile, Dee, you have returned. This might be your first time here. So let's go ahead and we can use Dee as the point of view character. I think in a movie or series, that's how we use the entry of the new character into the unfamiliar environment. So Colt, can you go ahead and put up the map? And I will go ahead and throw it in chat.
Hey, do we have the map for people watching too? I mean, I know you're going to put it up.
Yeah, it's up there now.
Oh, right. This is a different one than our terrain.
Yep.
Map.
No, this is the Greenhaven map. And we've been to Greenhaven in like 3 episodes now.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is consistent with what you remember. There's the one way in. It's a fairly long approach because it's physically a distanced and then gated community. The 2 pillars used to have rocket launchers. They've been destroyed. So far, Hargreaves has not been able to find. There was a note like, "Hey sis, couldn't find replacement rocket launchers. Sorry, included chocolate," and then heart.
Is Greenhaven where the old people are, or like, yeah?
No.
What is that?
The CCTV.
So go back with the map. So the old people were in the other community that was a skyscraper, and there were the really weird old nationalists, like let's go kill the socialists. Let's go kill the. Yeah, they were not great.
Okay, who's like the mayor here? Like who would I remember from here?
You may not have been here.
I don't think Dee has been to this place
3 times. So I'm like, where have I been?
Well, so I know that Goldwater came here on an expedition with Lita and Professor Pickles a while back, and then we just came back to recheck it out.
This may be the 3rd.
Okay, so I just don't know anything.
So it's basically a suburban community that was being sold to like executives of companies.
Okay.
So it's high class in the way that an expensive suburb would be, but it was screwed up because the AI was bad and it had not figured out that the residents were dead. So it was doing things like Roombaing around them and leaving their corpses. They originally were going to abandon this place because it was fucked up. But once you went on your tour of real estate for the first half of the season, you figured out this was your best option of a bunch of bad options.
Right.
So they went in, and all you've been told is AI. We'll say Eric told you, because his truncation would be the most obvious. Like, AI was fucked up, man. We fixed it. It's a brain or a kid or something, and it's fine now. You probably would have gotten not much more than that. And as you can see from the map, there's dozens of nice little houses. As somebody that's got some idea of attack and defense, you can look at it and go, yeah, there's no walls though. And, if it's attacked, that's, not a great thing to have to defend all that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it's all in great shape. So as you're walking through it, the buildings are all in beautiful condition. So it is a picturesque, despite the post-apocalypse. This is a little chunk of heaven called Greenhaven. And as you're walking in, you see I'll keep wanting to call them flitters because I keep thinking of things like Dune. What was the name, Hannah, that I gave the ship Lita came down in?
Gotta find my notes somewhere.
I
Let me
think I
look.
said ornithopter, didn't I?
Yes, that sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is also Dune, so I didn't escape Dune. So an ornithopter comes down, being a ground effect vessel that's partially guided by actual wings, right? So it kind of looks a little like a wasp. So it's got jets, but it's also doing this. It's a very steampunk looking kind of thing, and it's descending near you.
Ew. Are they bad? Is this bad? I can't tell if this is.
There are a few people around, and no one reacts with alarm.
Okay, well, I guess it's not bad.
At this point, Torg comes walking up. Torg looks frustrated and maybe a little sad. Has gone back to hunt, and Dee's here.
Torg, are you okay? I'm so sorry, Torg. Your head's so up in the clouds, I can't hear you.
Torg's very tall.
Torg very choke up right now. Torg was not feeling great. But Torg, have to say, Dee make Torg a lot better.
Oh, thanks, Torg. I'm sorry you aren't feeling so good. There's like a weird spooky wasp ship.
The back of the thing opens up, and a wheelchair comes out. And the seat of the wheelchair has a plexi bubble, and in the plexi bubble is a cat. And running next to the wheelchair is a bulldog.
Yes. Yes. Well, I can definitely say I've never seen anything quite like this before.
Torg say you not meet psychic cats yet?
Not like this. I mean, I know pickles, but like this is a whole nother. I didn't even know.
So Clawson, you probably didn't get full dossiers on everybody. You would know to report to ask for Lita, because that's your contact on there.
Hello, people who live on Earth. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing so great. What is your name?
My name, you can call me Miss Clawson. Look,
gorgeous.
You are very large and you look as if you are very strong. I say that to Torg.
Torg, thank you. Torg, also very, very, very admiring of the cat's psychic strength.
Ooh, well, thank you very much. That is nice to hear. I do appreciate it.
Nevad and Lita, a flitter, an ornithopter has landed just outside the compound, and there is a cat in a wheelchair and a big dog. Lita, you actually would know, you probably not met, but you know of her and have crossed her in the hallways and stuff. You know who Miss Clawson is, and she's actually on the committee. She's not an agent of the committee. She is one of the cats of the committee. Kind of a big deal at the Cracker Factory.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. We have to go right now.
Okay.
You can bond with your son later. Let's go.
Okay. He's playing Minesweeper.
She's running. She's like trying to get out there as quickly as possible.
I'm kind of gangling, loping alongside.
So, Clawson, the settlement looks like they're just going to move into an abandoned little suburb area.
Mhm.
This is very much like a bedsit for people that were driven in to probably out by Dallas or Houston.
Mhm.
So an hour or two drive back in the day. It looks like at the time these were all $500,000 homes for execs, the place is actually not a terrible choice. The fact that there isn't a lot of damage here means that they're not going to have to start a lot of the places that you've had to examine and give the thumbs up, thumbs down, where we moved into this part of the highway and we built a bunch of what we call house baskets. So at least here they've got, buildings, and it looks like they've got plumbing and electricity. So.
Ooh, I am very impressed with your housing choice so far. These buildings are lovely.
And at this point, Navad, who looks a little like one of the Venture Brothers in wizard cosplay, and Lita, who is dressed very sharply. Have you started since you got the gift of the makeup palette? Are you a little sharper and a little less rugged?
Yeah, she's been trying to maybe start a morning routine of maybe brushing her hair and trying the set from Timpano a little
I
bit.
like the idea that you overcorrected.
Yeah, she's got a full face of makeup now.
Well, that you'd went from 8 years of being model perfect to fuck it. There's a bug in my hair and I do not care because I don't have to.
Yep.
And then having to go all the way back to yeah, but a brush is good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Full circle for her.
Yeah.
So she's probably on her way up, out there, checks the mirror really quick, and is okay, all right.
And you notice that, Clawson, you would notice that it's pretty clear, no role required, that she's very anxious, knows who you are, is pretty self-conscious about the whole thing. You also notice she has a holster. She's armed like a bodyguard would be armed. You don't see any weapons on Navad. D, you carry a pistol these days, right? Yeah, and I know sometimes you got a crossbow, but you were talked into a boom boom, right?
Oh, yes, and I wield it with reckless abandon most times, remember?
You're absolutely right. Yeah, and we figured out that Torg
skills.
Torg has a big poundy thing, but it wouldn't be on them right now. It's right because whatever they're in an area, they lean it up in a corner. It's kind of you go into the bar and you leave your shit at the bar, that kind of maneuver.
Is Torg a human-like creature?
Yes, but at least some mutation is troll-like, but is not a troll. Trolls are literally green-skinned. Trolls often have horns. Torg is none of those things. The brightly colored hair.
Torg does have green skin, though.
Oh, that's right. But it's not actually a troll.
But it's not a troll, which is perfect. Yeah.
No horns or
Torg
tusky teeth coming out of your bottom jaw.
Well, trolls literally look like trolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Torg is a very, very large Torg. If I remember correctly, it's just over 7 feet, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, it's a little over 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And kind of built like a
tall.
V.
Yeah, and built like a V. So super strong body, but relatively smaller legs. When they would draw the muscle men in cartoons from there's this particular one I'm thinking of. I think it was a Animaniacs or a freaking Bugs Bunny. I don't know, but he's a big workout guy with the big muscles and the tiny little legs and bottom half.
There's
Similar to that.
There's something if
in their early 40s.
If somehow we took Jen and zapped you with a ray that made you 7 feet tall and then crossed you with a little Vin Diesel DNA or something.
No, it's Susan Strong.
Oh, right, Susan Strong. Right, yes, from Adventure Time. For those following along who watch Adventure Time,
gotta love the Adventure Time. Colt, if you get a chance, here you go. I threw something at you in Facebook. I thought I did. Did I fail? There you go. When you get a chance. All right, so Lita, there is Miss Clawson, live and in person.
Lita will, kind of straighten her suit jacket out and very respectfully nod and say, Miss Clawson, I believe we've not been formally introduced. I'm Lita. I work with Professor Pickles. What brings you here? We're honored to have you, obviously.
Yes, I know you are. Oh, I'm so delighted to be here. For the other ones of you who might not be as intelligent, I am of the committee. We live in the clouds above the earth. And I have come to make sure that your settlement is appropriate and that you are the correct defenders of your settlement, which I'm sure you are, but I do need to dot all my I's and cross all my T's. I'm very excited to do this with you all. Good dog.
Boris goes up and sniffs D.
I am not a dog person, but I will accept this. Hello. Yes, that is slobber that you can't keep to yourself.
So, Clawson, Boris smells something on her. You're not sure what it is, but it's Boris he has a nose for things like not obvious mutations or just certain kinds of drugs.
Can I ask Boris what it is, or
he's a dog. He can't talk.
Just no.
Yeah.
Boris seems to like the way you smell. Do you have something interesting about you or on you? I assume it's not perfume. Perfume.
Honey, yeah, I gotta say, I do work with churros a lot, so we have a really keen sense of snack smell, and if that's the case, then maybe I do get along with your dog.
Churros.
Have you ever had a churro, Miss Clawson? Oh, let me tell you about. So we've actually been on this really long journey to fix our churro machine. It's kind of like an impinger, if you've ever heard of one of those before. You send stuff through. It's really cool. Anyway, so it's like this long breaded cinnamon, sugary, long yummy goodness, and then you can sometimes dip it. Oh my gosh, if we find caramel sauce sometimes, or if we melt sugar.
Has Lita figured out that the churro machine is currently in the Shire and not here? Is that why she's?
Yeah, I'm imagining because Timpano said when they came, right, that they didn't bring that.
Not yet, no.
Yeah. So Lita's like, it's not the time to.
I don't wash my clothes that often, so I'm sure I don't know how long I've smelled like a churro. Probably at this point, I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I even find sugar in my pocket. Do you want to check?
No, I don't.
Maybe Boris would like to check. I'm fine. And you plan to defend your home with these sugar things with caramel on them?
Oh, no. I'm an assassin.
Oh, excellent. An assassin. That's
I also have a pistol. Do you want to see it? I'm really good at spinning it around on my left finger. I'm not as good at spinning it on my right. Look, it's a little lazier.
The safety's on, right? Lita's kind of like.
Everybody's told me not to keep anything in the chamber, so it's very empty right now.
Right.
Yeah. But I can make it go pew pew with my mouth.
It's just as effective.
That is marvelous. That is marvelous.
I draw a lot. Do you want to see my diary about all of the different people that we've killed along the way? Just so you know my credentials. It's kind of like my resume.
Maybe after dinner. I would love to see it after we've handled the business. It sounds delightful. I'm very happy you've killed very many people. That's good. That's very good. I'm proud of you.
It just seemed like the thing that you wanted to know the most.
So, Hannah, have you seen the Pink Panther movies?
Mm-hmm.
You know how Herbert Lom gets the tick in his eye? I'm thinking if Lita spends enough time around D.
Yes.
You're
Well,
gonna
especially
get
if they have like some weird neural link. She's like, oh God.
Oh God, that's true.
God. Yep. Oh boy.
Well. Lita, perhaps you could show me around. I'm here to certify and make sure that this finally is a settlement that we can, we can get behind as the committee.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to show you. It's actually in surprisingly good shape, all things considered. Yes, so let's do the tour, I guess.
One of your few residents comes in and sees Torg and heads over towards Torg. This is Lisa. Torg?
Torg?
I hate to bother you because you seem busy with your cat in a wheelchair, but Baby Rip has been following me around when I'm gathering berries.
Torg will handle this right now. When also Torg forgot to mention Baby Rip no longer Baby Rip. Baby Rip decided to name himself, themselves, Baby Rip selves. Baby Rip is much like Torg. Baby Rip is Baby Rip, but Baby Rip is not Baby Rip anymore. Baby Rip is now. They picked a wonderful name.
Like hawking a loogie? Huh?
Torg feel like that very rude. It is Baby Rip, native language. It's not fair to discriminate sounds. Torg not like that. Torg not like your tone.
Wait, that's discriminating against that sound. There's nothing wrong with clearing your throat. I just want to get it right.
Okay.
Because little
Torg want to believe you, so Torg going to believe you, but don't do that again.
Cook scares me.
Is good Rip. Oh, Torg understand, but Torg very bad at explaining what Torg tried to say. But many people scared of Torg, but y'all not scared of Torg because you know Torg good. Torg only hurt when have to. Baby Rip is same. Baby Rip
you can tell me that
is Torg's.
You're not made out of weapons.
Torg.
Excuse me. This. Can you tell me what sort of creature it is?
Let Torg speak, because otherwise everyone going to explain all wrong. Everyone think Torg's little Baby Rip is monster, and technically, yes, it's a ripper. But Torg helped birth Baby Rip, and Torg find Baby Rip after whole family slaughter, and Torg act as mother and father. Torg love Baby Rip, and Torg make Baby Rip different. Torg teach Baby Rip not to hurt y'all, not to hurt people Torg care about. So as long as you don't look scared of me or threaten to hurt Torg, well, then Torg will be fine. Torg will make sure Baby Rip not hurt you at all.
So Karen,
see, Baby Rip good.
Karen,
Baby Rip good.
What you know about the Rippers is they're apex wasteland scavengers. They're actually predators, not scavengers. There's nothing really above them. Like groups of them will take down there are enormous creatures called nopes. That are called that because often in the wasteland, the first thing that comes to mind is what you name something. And a nope is a thing the size of a house that crawls along on tentacles. And most groups that see it just go nope and fucking run away. But groups of rippers will launch themselves at these things and just tear through them. So everything you know from what's been reported to you up in the sky has been avoid at all costs, incredibly, unbelievably dangerous.
Well, think about it. It's like lions. It's like the this one is tamed at least because Torg has it under control, because Torg did literally like help like saved the mother who was birthing the babies on the back and like dying, and like helped actually birth all of these little baby rippers.
Oh my god.
And then the nope is nope. And Torg helped birth all these little baby rippers, and so of course they kind of had this weird kinship with it. For some reason they seem to listen to Torg. Anyway, later on we find out that entire Ripper family was murdered, and that Ripper was the last Ripper, and it was a little baby, so it became like Torg's child.
And now Lita carries a bag full of bones on her at almost all times, because she wants to be prepared like a lion tamer to be able to throw a bone if needed.
So it is technically a vicious or deadly creature, but Torg has found a way to tame the beast and is convinced.
I will add to that there's a percentage of player-based optimism about terms like has tamed.
Yep.
Just voice of narrator says, Torg certainly feels that Torg has
Torg,
tamed.
100%.
Yeah.
That is what Torg knows. Torg will not waver. It doesn't matter if it ends up
for sure.
going poorly and I roll like shit.
Narrator will point out that Jen did make both of her Beast Mastery rolls, so the two incidents so far have been very mild because Torg does have a lot of influence over the thing. But again, Karen doesn't know any of that.
So you have brought into your settlement a vicious predator. Excuse me, I just have to make a note.
Well, think of it like a guard dog.
Yeah, like a high caliber security measure.
Like a
That's
bulldog.
what Torg trying to say. And Torg has it under control. Torg can help or whatever, you want to call is fine. If you can't get the accent right, Torg understand.
Are you imputing my speech ability? Are you saying that you think that I can't speak languages?
No.
I will tell you, I speak more language. I speak animal. I speak Chinese. I speak Russian. I speak hover gear. I speak hover gun. I speak all sorts of languages, including cat. And then I'm going to telepathically say, and I don't even have to open my mouth. Am I saying it correctly?
Torg feel like no one understand what Torg's saying today. Torg just getting misread all day today.
It's just a high stress situation. Everybody's Ms. Clawson, your language is impeccable, both verbal and nonverbal, obviously.
Torg agree.
Yes. You speak more languages than probably all of us combined. And I think Torg just, wants to be clear that Torg is working very hard to ensure that I don't have the language faculties that you yes. That they are an excellent security addition to the compound.
That's wonderful. I would love to see a demonstration.
Yes.
Torg thinks this excellent idea.
Is it Torg?
Torg understand. Torg know safety measure. All of the strictest rules. Torg will make sure that Baby Rip only do what Torg ask. Oh, look at Torg so flustered. Torg.
It is all right.
Give wrong name. I called Baby Rip.
Well,
Torg should know better. Torg a mess today. Torg gonna make this right. Torg going to show that he can do it.
I have a question. Can this be something that has happened many times? And can I also maybe have a suit made of tires for the occasion?
So, considering that we just set up that you just came back,
Oh, okay. No.
we can't
no.
say that it happened a bunch of times. This will clearly the first time. Well,
Ah!
hang on. It's clearly the first time that Torg has done this. But I will say you've known about Baby Rip, so I think it's possible that D could go like, hang on.
I've
And
been preparing for this moment.
This is
that
exactly
D has
okay.
prepared a suit. Yeah, I think that's absolutely possible.
As this moment unveils itself, D looks lit like a freaking light bulb and interrupts wildly. Like, wait! And then runs all the way back, grabs this tire suit. It has a helmet also made of tires, and like it's like 3 or 4 layers of tires. You can't see any of my features at all, but I can barely see out of the dumbest eye holes you've ever seen. And like it kind of like, yeah, it's scary.
It's like a cross between the first Iron Man suit and the Michelin Man.
It is exactly that. It is exactly that. Okay, and so I am making my way. It got the worst sound, like the worst sound you've ever imagined. And I'm like, all right, Torg, let's do it.
So a minor thing, Jessica, when you were saying I keep notes, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm feeling like you would have like a physical notebook and maybe one of those pens with a feather glued to it, like a diary thing, and you telekinetically, it's just hovering there.
Yes.
Okay.
Covering, making the notes, like in the Harry Potter thing when the notes quills, like the quill.
So
Okay.
Torg.
So
Torg.
sorry, Mike. I was gonna tell Torg. Basically, all you gotta do is let me be mean to you, and then make sure that knows that I'm the enemy, and then I'm gonna throw myself backwards like a chew toy, and then you can stick him on me. I'll be totally safe. It'll be awesome.
God. Oh no. Oh no.
Torg, applaud D's enthusiasm. Torg love it. However, Torg feel like, that may be
Torg.
not best plan.
So
Torg
not control.
No, yes. Torg suggests this though. Can Torg suggest other plan? Let Torg just say Torg plan. Because Torg think marriage and what Dee was saying, tire suits sound great. Very smart. However, Torg feel like we go out to outskirt of town. We set Dee often in spot far from me and Baby Rip, meaning far from y'all, because Torg not understand why, but y'all very prejudiced against.
I don't believe
It
I've been
upset Torg.
just asking questions and filling out forms. That's all.
Well,
Torg, you
okay,
think
Torg
I'm
will.
against you. Torg, you seem to think that I'm against you. No, friends. I'm not here to cut you down, or I want nothing but your success. But in order to have the best success, one must have a good plan. So I am rooting for you.
I'm not sure anyone has ever encapsulated how I feel about all cats better than you just did. That's how I see all of cats. I think they all have little books. I think they're all judging me. So the party moves out of the center of town. The wheelchair follows.
Mhm.
Boris is still real edgy around D. Like Boris is smelling something not right.
Probably not churros, huh?
Probably not churros.
Hmm.
And because it's probably something like goblins and trolls make it nervous. Certain kinds of mutation makes them nervous. You're not convinced D is entirely human.
Mm. Thank
And
you.
Boris seems to have picked that up.
Mhm.
So Torg, you go looking for
Torg feels like has space that Torg has set up for them just outside of camp.
No, sadly no. It is far too
No?
wild at this point. No. The best you're gonna get is it's gonna go hunting, disappear for a day or two, and eventually come back and go looking for you. Like
Okay, well, in that case, then Torg will definitely, wherever Torg has decided to pick, is whatever to like live is the closest to the outside. So like Baby Rook can just go to them and then has like a little
it's literally
set
a
it up
ring.
to where they have a containment for
It's
Baby
literally
Rook.
a ring, so there's no place like that except you could just build a hut or something outside.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like the
so
closest to the far, you know what I mean? The farthest.
Well, I also think what you described is what Torg wants, right? It's the ambition. So you probably put the equivalent of a nest. You made like a big dog bed and keep trying to get Rip to come back to it. And so far, Rip is like, I'm going to go kill a whale first. See ya. And so far has not come back to the bed, but hopefully over time you can train it to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so you go looking. It's not there. Ask you on a little bit. One of the people in town says, your friend, because I can't pronounce, Donald told me it's not Rip anymore. It's Patui or something. I got this from he said, oh, your friend. How about that? Your friend with all the spikies?
Torg not seem to make anyone happy today, so Torg just going to say sure. Patui.
I'm not. I'm sorry. Well, your friend's in the shower. Building 12?
Like just taking shower or
Well, it pulled the feed pipe loose and it's just, I think it's bathing.
well, bathing is fine. What's wrong with bathing? Torg not understand
I
the
didn't say
problem
anything.
here.
You were looking for them. I'm just trying to help.
Oh, sorry, Torg. Torg feel very
I'm not complaining. I'm just wanted to tell you.
confused today. Torg, sorry. Torg, thank you for telling Torg where is.
I have chewy honey candy.
Torg appreciate.
You take the biggest piece because you're the biggest defender of our new home.
Torg, thank you.
So you go to building 12 and you hear and you can see in the window from the outside of the building the shape of this menacing thing that's basically taking a shower. Like it's letting the water splash off of it. And it's having a grand old time. Like
Seems
you've watched
fine.
zoo YouTube things, like some animals really love like showers or pools, like bears fucking go nuts in little pools.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that. It seems super happy with the splashing water. So it's kind of playing in the shower.
That's amazing.
No,
Now it's and when I go up there, am I alone? Or
they're
is anyone
behind
with
you a
me?
little distance because you were going to do a demonstration, so you're actively looking for them.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
I do
they're
want to
not-
say that Lita, the instant Torg was out of earshot, would have been grabbing D and Vaughn and been like, if we have to kill this Ripper, you're prepared to do that, right?
Oh yeah, that's why I'm in this stupid.
Okay. All right.
No, I wanted to make sure I was the closest thing to it so that we could bust its nuts the second that we needed to. This is crazy.
Okay. Thank you. I just need that. All right. Great.
Any response from Navad?
No, I'm here for the thing. I want to see how this plays out.
You're a little too eager to see the tire suit in action.
Yeah.
With your girlfriend in it.
Yeah.
I got some feedback about your relationship in that case, but I'm just gonna let that go.
I mean, it's more just like I trust that this is gonna go well. Like, because we somehow always seem to survive. So
that's true. D has kind of unfailingly been a chaotic badass.
Yeah.
The thing that takes me down. So sorry.
All right. So you're gonna go get out of the shower?
Yes. So Torg is just going to kind of approach the group just before they get to the door, and say, Torg, going to talk to love Torg. Torg suggest you not move further. Torg, go. You stay here. Torg, go let know all good. Everyone, yay. And then we'll be fine. And Torg bounds off to go see if is done with their shower.
So happy to see you. It jumps up and down and cracks the porcelain a little bit and playfully claws some water at you. Its inner jaws come out.
You just hear Torg go. Baby rip. Baby rip. And it starts like splashing water back at
you see this, by the way, in silhouette on the side, which I don't think Torg's really thinking about. But like the side, you can kind of see it's got like the window that's it's not glass, it's to be translucent, not transparent. It's a bathroom.
Oh.
So you'd see like kind of silhouette of like the monster and the Torg playing. One other thing is, as it's moving, something we haven't described in a little while, is the way the scales are set up is a little like the plates on the Iron Man armor that come up. So it's flexing its muscles and the plates come up, and chunks of creatures it's killed with the spikes on its belly. Like it's
Everything you're explaining
It's
right
wonderful.
now is like all like, yeah, look at how different this one is.
exactly.
Okay.
We're
so
having a water fight. It's cleaning itself. It's domesticated.
Okay. I also just want to point out if I'm seeing this correctly in my mind, we have a teen wizard, an assassin dressed in a big rubber tire suit,
Yep.
Lita, a cat with a floating pen, a bulldog, and Torg standing outside a shower watching a monster wash goop off of itself. Is that right?
Yeah.
This is the picture we have, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not
It's
really,
a menagerie. It's a real menagerie.
it's not the Avengers. I'll granted.
It's more Guardians of
Yeah.
the Galaxy.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
That's actually how Shannon's been describing it.
Yeah.
So Torg, are you going to indicate that Huk should follow you?
Yes.
Okay. Make a Beastmaster roll. 5 dice is pretty good.
I also appreciate how this was like always cute, but now it's especially poignant.
I
Right.
love its green eyes that are
Nice, really.
sometimes transparent.
I know, right?
It's like a magic cat.
I'm so freaking lucky. I didn't get a 6, but I got a 5.
5's enough. So Torg comes out, and let's again get the picture of adorable little Rip, just to remind everybody what this fucking thing looks like.
I'm
You
closing my
mean the
field.
cutest little baby monster ever?
Very, very subtle but meaningful. You see the armored shell come down over the wheelchair, and that thing comes out. And normally it's kind of grimy and has thick crusted mud and goop. It's kind of shiny and metallic. So it's plunk, plunk, plunk. And again, its footsteps are very heavy because it's very dense. All right. What do you do?
Let's see it. What can you make it do? I'm sorry, should I address it myself? Do you speak to it? How do you make this happen?
Torg, and appreciate. Torg think and that you direct all questions to Torg. For makes most sense because Torg really is Torg not dumb. Torg understand that is rare. This, they are a special diamond. Baby Rip is Torg child. So Torg just wants you to understand that Baby Rip listen to Torg. So as long as you address Torg make sure you and whole settlement fine.
You sound very sentimental towards this lovely creature.
You just make Torg day.
Lita, that pen is in constant motion.
Yep.
Clawson has clearly been making a fuck ton of notes.
Oh, God.
Torg just shakes off real quick and just goes, okay. Torg feel more in control now. Torg less emotional. Torg can explain plan. Torg take full responsibility for Torg make sure that protect settlement and not hurt.
In case you want to know, Rip is starting to wander away.
Oh, no.
And then, of course, Torg turns around and just goes, come to Torg.
It turns around. Beast mastery, please.
Yep.
Keep those dice ready.
God.
Oh my God, I got a 5 again. Not a 6, it's a partial, but
it's partials enough, but it seems again like most wild animals, right? It's like it comes back, but it's wanting to go run and hunt, and it's very anxious.
Okay. So it's crucial that everyone listen to Torg, and Torg know it's time for to hunt and show off what can do for everyone, and like leads everyone to go outside, and like turns to Baby Rip and goes, and like clearly it's like a let's go, and but hopefully Baby Rip will be like along with Torg, you know what I mean? Not like
I don't know. Are you going somewhere?
Yeah, to just outside of town to show off.
Okay, yeah. You can go just a little bit because you're at the edge of town because it's a ring road. So you'll
all right. So we go to
further and you're fine.
Yeah. Then we just go for 100 feet out or something like that. 200 feet.
Picks up a handful of gravel and shoves it in its gullet.
Okay.
You have a theory that it's got multiple stomachs and one operates with the gravel like a gizzard because it can eat almost anything and break it down.
So Torg, of course, needs to reintroduce to D, obviously, and then we'll explain the plan to both of them, and then after it goes in place, then we'll explain the plan to everyone else.
You're a little quiet, Danielle.
Oh, we're just
Yeah, I
gonna
couldn't hear that.
we're gonna have everybody stand back and
Okay.
you know, I'm gonna slowly kind of make my way halfway between Torg and Torg is going to talk to about what's happening.
Yeah.
And yes, we have established that I now don't smell like D, I smell like tires.
Yeah.
And I will, whenever Torg gives me the okay, begin slinging verbal profanities.
No, that's not Torg plan.
No,
So-
No.
So because efficient coordination is not where either of those characters excels.
Very true.
I'm going to say what happens is, as Torg is explaining to Rip what the deal is, D just starts, so hurl a couple of insults at Torg, D.
No.
Torg, your hair is too beautiful for words. No one can function around you.
Torg say not the time for flattery, D.
Yeah, well, I bet I could. The only way that you could look hotter is if I stood in front of you because your lips are so reflective.
Torg
Rip,
not understand what happening.
the Ripper's head
I'm bad at it.
naps over,
not
and
as good as
it's staring at D now.
Your ears
D.
around your
D.
neck smell like corpse feet.
Okay, Torg just really quickly says, okay, zoom to end of plan. D, run 100 feet out now. Run. I will hold baby Rip back, and then they will go attack you when I say, and then I will also stop.
I run exactly the way that you would think a gingerbread man would run.
So I'm going to need a reaction save from Torg, which is only 3 dice.
Oh no. That's not very good.
Lita's saying,
Not really. I don't want to kill this because then Torg's
Well,
going to kill me. There's
do
no
you want
way.
it to kill D? We got to get our priorities in line here.
Right. I can probably mind freak it if things get bad.
Okay, please prepare to mind freak. All right.
I will.
I need you to be
So-
prepared.
Miss Clawson is going to pull her wheelchair back a little bit and go higher. I'm not sure how high the wheelchair can go, but it's going to go higher.
Yeah, it probably gets, because it was built to allow people to stand.
Okay,
Not
oh,
the
I'm so
assistance
sorry.
device.
Hold on.
So
My,
plus
okay,
6 feet tall.
here's my question.
Yeah.
Fuck, we can't see it. Is it a wheelchair like this? Or is it a wheelchair like this? Because I really want to know.
I think that's going to be Jessica's call.
Jessica,
I can't tell the difference. Wait, what's?
can't
Can you hold
either.
it at all closer?
Oh, one has a bubble. Wait, are they both bubbles?
Oh my god!
It's the bottom one, but the bubble goes over the entire cat, and I'm
Oh.
sitting, not
It's
standing.
this one with the cat, but okay, got it.
I probably
Sitting.
haven't stood up this whole time.
Right.
Okay.
She's not like Kitty Mysterio. Although I kind of want there to be a Kitty Mysterio now.
Oh my god!
Diggity dog, I got a 6.
Okay, you need to make a strength roll now,
Okay.
Oh boy.
which is easier for you. You're good at this.
Yeah, my
You have
strength
6
is
dice.
pretty
Good
decent
strength.
if I remember. Yep, that's what I thought. Ooh, 2 5s, 2 4s.
That's enough because again, you're not really fighting because it's friendly to you. So it shoots forward. These things move a lot faster than it looks like they should move, but you know that. So your hand shoots out, you grab it by the shoulder, and it might have broken away from somebody that's not friendly like it is to you, but it stops when you grab him.
Mhm.
And D gets about 100 feet away, and then you let him go.
Right before I let him go, I say, Torg run with. You listen to Torg. So when Torg say go, Torg is going to be on their heels just to make sure that when Torg say get off of D, that Torg close enough, just in case things go bad.
Okay.
It's just like the world's freakiest
The referee.
dog show. Like when the dogs run through the like little mazes. You're running along beside.
It runs forward and leaps. And you haven't seen it do this in a long time. If you look at its head, it's kind of the picture again. I'm making Colt work. Sorry, man. I need the picture again. So the whole critter is kind of pointy. So it goes into a dive and actually dives into the ground, which you experienced the first time you met these things.
Yep.
And disappears under the ground.
Oh no.
Well,
so at least a moment, it's not even visible.
Well, let's see. Torg runs along with it, runs along the path, knowing it's underneath. Torg just knows as long as it is in the vicinity, everything will be fine. Torg not freaking. Yes.
Okay. D, you need to make an awareness check, please.
Ooh, I do that.
Lita's turning to Miss Clawson and saying, this is, they, I think, have practiced this. And I'm sure in just a moment we will see.
You got a 6? Nice.
Well, I'm excited. I've never seen this as a defense before.
Neither have I. It's quite innovative.
Now make a reflex save. Lower left hand. Reaction, I'm sorry.
And to Navad, like under her breath, she's like, mind freak, mind freak, mind freak.
I'm getting ready.
It's having y'all.
And do a defend.
Defend. Sorry, where is that?
Upper left-hand corner, it's one of the combat abilities.
I'm like,
Evade. I'm sorry.
thank you. I'm like,
I played too many different systems that I got lost. Evade. And I wrote this one, so there's no damn excuse. All right, so what that was for was to make sure that the big rubbery chewy parts were in the way of its deck, because you're not really trying to get away from it. You're just trying to make sure that
live.
well, right, and it is capable of like shredding tank armor.
Right.
So you keep it at bay, and you realize very quickly, what's your strength? It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's
2.
hold on, hold on. Oh my god, I'm so
Upper right hand corner.
It's a 6.
6 dice, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. You're a lot stronger than you look.
Yeah.
You think it's playing with you.
That's like, yeah, I'm just a glorified chew toy. It's not, yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't seem to be trying to burrow in, because looking at the way its body weapons are built, it would probably try to wedge in and just get to your sweetmeats and indulge.
This is basically like a canine demonstration for, like a unit place. Like it's like one of those like suit thing, you know what I mean?
Right, but like a deadly mega armadillo. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an attack rip. It's an attack ripper instead of an attack dog.
Yeah.
A guard attack rip.
I need a beast mastery roll from Torg for the inevitable. It's time to fucking stop it before you pull our arms off.
Yeah.
Kind of like I said.
So drop it,
5.
and it lets go of D, and actually runs off. It decided it's now time to go hunt. But so when D stands up, like your armor is just falling off of you, like whole chunks just drop off. I think like, yeah, the newly exposed arm with the tire falling off of it is like
My bubble shield comes back up. Oh, friends, well done. Look at you. Good job, everyone. That was beautiful.
And at this point, it is late afternoon, early evening, so it's like twilight-ish. A beam of sunlight strikes the settlement.
Is there like an opening in the clouds or?
Yeah, I'm also confused as to
So-
what you mean by this. Is it
more like a
Well, it's hard to tell from where you're standing. If you were further back, it might look like an angel ray. And looking up, what you see is there is metallic object, you think, descending down the light beam.
I
Oh.
close my bubble.
It goes back.
Does it look like familiar technology? Does it look like the ornithopters, or does it look like?
The only thing you've heard of that has rays like this would be the angels.
Be what?
Mm,
The
Angels.
angels.
Jet?
The arch enemies of the cats.
we gotta go.
So I am going to call a bio break, partially so
Oh,
we can update poor Jessica.
yes.
And we're going to give her 5 minutes and come on back. No flipping. So there's a metallic capsule coming down out of the beam of light. What do you do?
Oh boy.
Oh, we should go there. We should go there.
Toward it.
Yeah.
towards it?
Yeah. Really? Oh yeah.
Even Torg questioned that.
I feel like we need
Suggestion.
like where is it in relation to the
So the
settlement?
further down it gets, the narrower the beam gets. So it's looking like it's going to be just outside the settlement.
Like by the front gate?
Yep.
Okay.
I think we
Is-
drift towards that, but like so that we can beat a hasty retreat back towards the center if we need to.
One of the people from the town. Should we go inside or?
Yeah, everybody take.
Oh,
I would
yeah,
take cover. This
All
could
right,
be-
take cover. And he runs in and starts telling the other people. All right, and after just about a minute, and it's not falling like a comet, right? It's descending, so that takes a little while. So after a minute or so, you're in position in the light beam. You can see, and it focuses as it comes down. And when it's maybe a couple hundred feet off the ground, there's a very bright bluish flash of light. When that flash of light happens, the wheelchair stops working, and the drones that we're observing all drop out of the sky.
Okay.
Dee and Lita, you both have intense headaches.
Anyone else feeling that? Just me?
No, yep, now.
Okay.
So Clawson, they both make the same exact face. And it's peculiar in how similar it is. Like it would have had, you'd imagine migraine face. At this point, the capsule, it doesn't quite land. It's hovering about 2 feet off the ground. And a door in the front opens, kind of like the ornithopter, drops down with a ramp, and a angel gets out. So it is tall, not as tall as a Torg, but taller than most humans. White silver suit, androgynous, very pale, long blonde hair. So pale enough blonde that it's almost silver. It's almost colorless.
Oh, so like Tilda Swinton as a vampire.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking too.
Or just Or just
Tilda Swinton in
like,
general.
So like really, really hot and androgynous. Okay.
Yeah, with I'm
but
thinking,
evil.
I'm thinking somewhat bigger hair, but yes. And full on angel wings, white wings. Steps off, the door goes back up, and the capsule rises. Hello.
Well, well, well. We have an angel in our midst, don't we? What do we owe this lovely visit?
Your friends here have become impossible to ignore.
Are they
We get
not
that a
making
lot.
enough- Are they not making enough plastic for you?
They smile. We're past the manufacturing stage. This is more the collection stage.
What are you collecting? Are we allowed to know?
I am here to figure out if there is an arrangement that could be made with the people in this settlement.
Well, I guess I'll step back and let them talk to you then, if that's who you're talking to. It is their settlement. I'm just here to make sure that everything goes well.
So they are
And to make sure that they don't run into too many mistakes or problems. Do you have a problem with that?
we're aware of your Sky City, and you are very clever. We find it difficult to target. Rest assured, should that be our desire, we would find a way.
Why?
That's ultimately the answer. You may call me Gabriel. I am a messenger of my kind. Were you involved in the weapons trade?
Me personally? Me?
No. I think your friends here know what I'm talking about.
Friends?
Hirelings? Disciples? I don't know exactly what to call them.
Pets? No, that's rude. Sorry. I've been told I should stop saying things like that. Let's say friends. Friends.
All right, friends. We appreciate that you allowed the bomb to explode. It cleansed a lot of what we intended it to cleanse.
I don't feel like we had much of a say in when bombs go off or don't.
Well, some of you were present physically. I have reports that indicate that you had figured out at least some of what was going on. So you could have decided to stop it, and you didn't.
We know not to involve ourselves in matters that are above our pay grade.
Well, that decision is one of the reasons I'm here. We are effectively at war, your people and mine. And your people too, Miss Cat.
Yes, I'm aware. Thank you for pointing that out.
That doesn't necessarily have to be the case, as the war has been over for a century. Generation, maybe two, to take what we need, and then we'll leave. We have no use for this place when that's done.
Will you cleanse it when you're done with it?
Why?
Well, if you tell us that you won't cleanse it when you're done with it, then perhaps we can talk. But if we're just going to do resources for you and then you'll kill all of us, then it's less enjoyable for us to have this conversation.
No one's manufacturing anymore. You're doing nothing except through volunteer work.
Mm-hmm.
The cathedral cities have no end of believers willing to spend the remains of their lives getting right with God, loading our ships, and taking what we need off-world. So,
You can call Torg. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go
Sorry. Call Torg crazy, but this seemed like not bad plan.
Well, like I said, because of the choice you made, there are people, and let's just call them resistance fighters. There are resistance fighters who would never take any action, save it be to resist us. There, in fact, was one present when the bomb exploded. It's one of the reasons we had the bomb there, was to try to kill him. And as far as we know, we succeeded. But you have different priorities. We appreciate that. What we need is as smooth a path to completion and withdrawal as possible. The beautiful creature raises one eyebrow. I realize what I said.
What does that look like?
Well, someone that looks a lot like your friend there. And they look over at D. Murdered one of my brothers.
How long ago?
I'm not sure how many additional details it's wise of me to give you, because I don't know if we're allies yet. I do know that they were immune to glamour. I do know that they were able to get close enough to do what they'd clearly been trained to do. I do know that your friend is an assassin. And I know that because they're trained to kill us. So step one would be, don't make yourselves our enemies, and we have no reason to fight. We don't have to recruit. We have believers enough to do our work.
Look, Angel.
Gabriel's fine.
Okay, look, Gabriel. You're talking all cryptic, and I don't know what you want us to do.
I don't mean to be.
Yeah, okay. But you are. And trust me, I know that sometimes when I talk, I'm confusing to some of my friends. So you may have the same thing going on. What do you want us to do? You just keep saying there are people that are making different choices. Well, okay, cool.
Well, that beam could have been Skyfire, you know.
Very aware of
This
that.
place could not have been here. So as far as what we want you to do, we want you to not resist us. We want you to help make sure we're not resisted. Case in point, we have been working with someone called Curse. Curse has not delivered what he promised he would. Very recently, a matter of less than a week, I think, a faction within his own forces struck against him. They have internal struggles. He's having trouble maintaining control. So he had offered, as a warlord, to take control of the region and make sure that no one was in any position to act against our cathedral city in Dallas. It doesn't look like he can deliver that.
Well, we're kind of proof of that too. That guy hates us.
We're starting to regret ever beginning to work with him.
I don't blame you. That guy's a jerk.
So if we use Skyfire on his biggest settlement and gave you supplies instead of being your enemies, would you work with us to free the area of his control?
What about after that? Like, what happened?
All the after we need is for the cathedral to continue to operate, for the believer redemptionists to do their work, to load the rockets. And then when that's done, we leave. I mean, you've got to admit, even for your kind, and he gestures around, this is not, he doesn't gesture at the city, but kind of vaguely the direction of the wasteland. This is not a vacation world, at least at present.
Yeah, but you did it. That's like trashing your own house and then saying this is a dump.
They smile a little bit.
And trust me, I've done that.
That may well be. My point is simply that we have no desire to stay.
May I ask, is this a peace negotiation only with this settlement? Or are you also reaching out to the cats as well?
Do you speak on their behalf?
We are a committee. One cannot speak for everyone. We're meritocracy, a socialist meritocracy. And so, no, I speak as a cat, but I could bring negotiations back to them.
Your committee has been very hostile to our kind for quite some time. They have supplied many of these so-called freedom fighters.
Mm-hmm.
That's a harder negotiation than my negotiation with your friends here. It's not impossible, but it's a rougher road.
Understood. I'll sit back and groom myself, and you can go on with your negotiations. You're doing great, guys. You're doing great.
I'm going to try to get Lita and Dee and Torg in something of a little huddle and just be like, we're working with the cats, so how can we work with the angels too?
I am straight up programmed to murder these people, so y'all are gonna need to tell me what to do, because all I do is do a little pow pow, you know?
Well, they know where we live, so even if we killed this one, they'd probably just take us right off the face of the earth.
I think it's safe to assume Gabriel is hearing every single thing we're saying right now.
That's probably true.
Torg still think, as weird as this sounds, this maybe not the worst deal. I mean, of bad deals.
If all they're asking is that we don't get in the way, I mean,
we're pretty
They're
good
kind
at
of doing
that.
us a favor.
you're kind of not great at that in my experience, but
Oh, I guess that's true. We get in everybody's way.
everybody
We don't
wants
want
to murder you that I've ever encountered in my entire time here. But other than that, yeah, you're great at
It's
not
not- Yeah. Well, now we got two people on our. Instead of wanting to kill us, they want to work with us.
I don't understand how it happened, but yes. Okay. Gabriel, is what you're asking of us here just to not resist? You can destroy Curse and everything around Curse. You don't need us for that. So you just want us to keep doing our thing here. And
actually, we could use your help with that.
Oh.
Well, generally, there are not armies of us. We don't work that way. When we have a big, you know the deal. When there's a big enough problem, we call down Skyfire.
Sure.
We de-incentivize resistance, but we don't have ground units as such. The believers sometimes act on our behalf, but they're very unreliable, as most fanatics tend to be. So we want to continue our loading. We want the cathedral at Dallas to be left to process. It will take another generation or two. It'll take roughly 40 years, we think. Maybe more, maybe less, hard to tell exactly. But judging on the current rate of extraction, roughly that period of time. We had been using Curse to help keep this area free of troubles for us. But he's proven to be bigger trouble than asset. And I think someone named Grendel is leading the forces that are fighting him from within. And that's sort of the last straw for us. At this point, this cursed person has proven his promises are no good. So if you agree, we will destroy their largest concentration of forces. We limit how much we do that, because if we do it too much, obviously we stir up more resistance than we discourage by doing it. So our best move is always a horrific show of force, let people react, let them be repulsed, and that leaves you with a broken warlord in the region and settlements that need freeing and power that needs to be, if he survives, all from a distance for a very long time. So I understand Nevada, is it?
Yeah.
I understand that this seems cryptic, but I'm trying not to fall into the trap of being too arch or superior in this, but sometimes you set things in motion, and how the ants choose to fight is not a micromanagement we concern ourselves with. We just want to make sure we poke the right anthill whenever possible. I think your cat friend here may understand this better.
It makes perfect sense to me.
So if we can come to an accord where I'm convinced that this is not the anthill to poke, I will poke Curse's anthill. I will have no further quarrel with any of you, and I will go back to work. My goal is to get the hell out of this sector as quickly as I can.
My orders are to establish a functional community here. So if that's not in conflict, I think we can come to an agreement.
I need D to make you willpower save, please.
Or
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Things about to get real.
Oh no.
Lita, you can feel D dropping into combat mode.
I'm gonna prepare to try to stop her.
D, You're very aware of years of training,
Uh-huh.
and some of it being like neural conditioning, and
Right.
some of it being like breeding. Like you're a eugenic assassin designed to be uniquely able to murder these. And there's one standing 17 feet 4 inches away from you.
Yeah, I kind of figured I was already in battle mode like the second I saw the damn thing, to be honest.
So
Can Torg, because Torg like basically knows all this, like can Torg just immediately step up and just put their arms around D as like no, but like it's a gentle hug. So trying not to be forceful, but because of their size, it of course is a little forceful, but it's from love.
This feels like a decision point for D, right? Like Torg is trying to do the loving, let's not do this. Will you let Torg do that?
I hate that it's even my option. I feel like this would be a role of some kind. I don't know.
Sadly, I'm gonna make this a role-playing choice.
God damn it. Okay. Well,
Danielle, there's a lot of excellent improv courses that can help you.
Funny enough, we actually have one of the owners of the Hideout Theater here. So if you're interested in learning any improv or are inspired by Karen's performance today, then go ahead and check out hideouttheater.com. Thank you so much.
We have classes for
Maestros on Saturdays starting at 8 p.m.
You're vamping so you don't have to make a decision. Meanwhile, the chat.
Shut up, Shannon! I don't need you to call me out.
Meanwhile, the chat is asking you to kill.
Okay. Yeah, I think at this point it's sort of like a Herculean feat of strength that happens out of me that like I'm not trying to hurt Torg, but at this point I just cannot continue to be contained by like an arm squeeze anymore. So like I burst out of that.
Well, you can evade before Torg gets their arms around you. Like you definitely want to try to slip out before, because Torg's mighty hug.
Well, I feel like Torg has been hugging me this whole time.
No, has not. I'm sorry. That's one of the few times that Larbs are superior. Is I can't break the time down enough sometimes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm just
Torg comes in.
Yeah, I'm gonna dodge out of that.
Okay, make an evade test to see if you can.
Okay.
So
we're gonna make me roll an evade test about it now. Okay,
because Torg has just as much agency to try to explain.
Fives. I got some fives.
So that's gonna mean we're gonna need a strength test from Torg.
Come on, Torg. Do not do this. Come on, Torg.
And what am I looking for?
Strength.
It's strength.
No, I know, but what is my goal? Is it like the same, like
always sixes?
Always sixes. Okay. I just couldn't remember if it was like
Yep.
different when. Anyway.
Nope.
2 6s, a 5, and 2 4s, and a 2.
Okay. D.
Yeah.
Torg actually
so excited about my hand. I had to say
their mighty arms around you.
Okay.
So at this point, it would have to be a struggle. Like they literally have you. And at this point, Lita, you definitely feel D is fixating on the angel.
Mm-hmm. Can I go?
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was just like, oh, okay. So no, Lita, go ahead. You.
D, because the last thing I was saying was basically just, if you let me do my job, I'm gonna do my job. And she's gonna kind of look at D and look at Torg trying to restrain D.
Mm-hmm.
And say to D, I think you have a different job than me, but jobs can change. And I think you should come over here with me and we can figure that out.
So you're trying to talk her down?
Yeah, she's trying to kind of distract her
Give me a persuade.
Okay. Persuade. Oh, that's good. Okay, I've got a bunch of those. That's like one of my highest. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to roll a couple times because I only have 3. Okay, I had 1 6 and 1 5, and yeah, that's it. That's it.
So you do get through to D a little bit. So D, you hear Lita's calming voice, but Lita, you need to make a willpower save.
Ah. Okay.
Because it is a two-way connection.
Oh God. Oh no. Okay. Willpower. Oh, so if I'm going off my saving throws and that's just the number there is what I'm rolling. Okay. Okay, I got 1 6 and a 5.
Woo!
So you feel her fixation and hatred towards the angel flowing back over the connection, but you can fight it off. You succeeded.
Okay.
But you feel like that's what's in her brain.
She's like, oh, okay, I understand this now. She's going to, instead of waiting for Dee to come to her, she's going to kind of walk over and do something pretty uncharacteristic for her. And she's going to try to take Dee's hand and just hold it.
Have you ever held hands before?
Nope.
Okay.
Not in like a friendly, not like in that. Yeah, no, not like this. I
need a brief aside, which is the equivalent of a dream ballet, where the two characters imagine that they're meeting each other for a lovely lunch at a cafe. This is entirely psychic. You're meeting for lunch. Go.
Leah's pulling out a chair for Dee.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
I haven't been somewhere this nice before. This is very new to me. I just thought we could spend some time together.
So Lita, at your most comfortable, what would you be wearing?
She would be wearing, well, I guess I'm not sure for the time period, but I'm thinking just like a very Katharine Hepburn-esque, like slacks with like a loose fitting linen shirt, something breezy, easy to move in, but like still very sleek.
And Dee, also at your most comfortable, what would you be wearing?
Probably like, I don't know, I guess, like a, what are those? Yeah, like one of these little jumpsuit thingies. And it's clean, actually. But there's like cool little like bandanas that come out of the bottom of it, and so it's got like colors to it. Because
a faceless server brings over 2 coffees and sets them in front of you.
Well, I mean, the connection has just been really, really. I've never felt anything like this with anybody before.
Neither have I. Honestly, it's strange, but kind of nice, if not a bit off-putting.
I mean, I technically have a lot of sisters, but it doesn't feel like they're family like this, you know?
A grumpy what?
A grumpy old cat, street cat, wanders up. Clawson, they've entered a telepathic fugue state, which you were able to work your way into. They imagine themselves sharing lunch in a cafe. You are a street cat.
Can I speak to them?
Yeah.
Hello, friends.
Do we recognize that it's Clawson, or do we think it's like, okay?
Like, Clawson in this context is more adorable and mangy.
Oh. Clawson,
I'm gonna
you're out of your bubble.
And do we understand what's happening? Like, do we understand
Not
this is
fully?
Okay.
I don't think fully. This would be.
We're like semi-disassociated.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Hey, lovely people. What's happening right now is that you're sort of in a beautiful dream together, which is nice. But outside of this dream, there's some sort of important things that are happening.
Oh.
And it would be very nice if you could come out and maybe come out perhaps not fighting, but just come out happy and joyful and discussing what needs to happen. Or if you come out fighting, you should just really kill the motherfucker. One or the other. But it's got to be like on or off.
I'm going to do a meanwhile thumbtack that because Nevada, Torg is now restraining D.
Yes.
D and Lita hold hands and kind of like their eyes go like all drifty. Right now, it's you and an angel.
Yeah. And the bulldog.
And Boris, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Gabe, just a sec.
Yeah, Gabriel is fine.
Okay. Look, they're having a thing. How long ago was your brother killed? What was your brother's name?
He darkens a little bit. So it's a little like the slider when Galadriel is tempted. So
yes.
You
All will love
get
me.
A little of
Yes.
that happening.
Okay.
I really hope that we're on the same page here, Nevada.
I hope so too. I mean, I hope that it all goes well. I really don't like Curse. He's a bad guy. So I mean, look, I'm happy.
He's a violent child.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of a violent child too, but like a different way.
We don't always use Skyfire. It's been a while since I got my hands dirty. And to be completely honest, I'm not sure I'd even mind.
Do you have like a sword or like what do you got? I was thinking of you.
Darkens completely. So again, very, very Galadriel's temptation turns into like the negative version. So the lights are dark, the darks are light, and literally conjures a Seraphim's flaming sword. We invented the stories with a purpose. Meanwhile, oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, just real quick. Torg's going to try to whisper to Nevada and just be like, Torg think you cool it.
I always think I am being cool, but it doesn't, like, it always goes the wrong way.
Torg, same problem. Why else you think Torg silent?
Wait, okay. Yeah, okay.
And meanwhile, in a small cafe in neither space, in an imagined sometime, there are two sort of sisters and the street cat who's trying to urge them to violence, apparently.
Well, one or the other.
Oh, fair.
Fully on or fully off, you know.
Yeah. Do not half-ass your violence.
No, it sounds like it sounds like I would be doing the world a favor if I just calmed it down for this one time.
Just this one time. I know you have a job to do and I respect that, but I think we can do it another way.
I don't hate this idea.
I'm gonna rub up against her shoulder and purr a little bit.
I really love cats.
So, Lita, give me an insight check, please.
Insight. Okay. 1 5, and then I gotta roll one more. And a 4. Okay, so just 1 5.
Oh, 1 5. Okay.
Yeah.
I was I just want to say while we're here, I really respect you as a much more smart sentient race than we are. So the fact that you nuzzled me, I want to extend my utmost appreciation because I realize that is a bondage choice.
She's requesting a scratch.
Oh my. Are you? Yeah, this is consent. Okay. Oh my God.
So, Lita, you're seeing behind D maybe a dozen shadows, which look like glimpses of alternate versions of D, all dressed a little differently, kind of standing behind her, watching her.
You said you have a lot of sisters, D?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
how many did you say?
Yeah, 12 other ones.
And she's gonna kind of just rub her eyes again.
I also rub my eyes.
Are they still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
they-
he seems to be mellowing a little on this whole situation. That seems to irritate the other Ds.
Interesting. If I look at them, do they acknowledge me?
No.
Are they all focused on D?
Oh, yes.
Do I see or feel them at all?
You look back over. No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
And
Lita, are you okay?
Clawson's not reacting to them either. Only poor Lita. Only Lita. You're gonna end up with a problem at some point.
Yeah, I just I'm seeing things. I think it's just stress, but I feel like I have a sense of what's weighing on you.
Oh.
So I want to help.
So, well, I mean, if I'm not gonna, come out of this in like full blown battle mode and spill our coffee or whatever, then like, do we like do a cute little dance all together? Or, like, how do we end this?
I need another willpower save from D, please.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh no.
I mean, that's fair. You're fighting against a lot.
Okay, well, I got a 1, so that was really bad.
No 6s, no 5s.
Everything is bad.
Calm her down. D pulls away.
Oh shit, that's what that was? Oh no! Oh no!
And D looks angry. I need a strength roll from D.
Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody.
This is what makes it interesting.
I really tried not to, though. I really tried.
As Mike often says, it would be hilarious if it fails.
Okay.
Some of
Although
the
it
best
may not
stuff
be
comes
that-
out
Oh
of
no! I got a 6.
What? 6. She got a 6. She's strong.
She's
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to need an attack from D, please.
Oh God. Okay.
Where is she attacking?
I'm attacking Gabriel.
Okay, can I use my intervene?
Yes. You literally
so
have a feat
smart.
that specifically puts you in the way.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my feet to throw
So
myself.
the attack ends up being against Lita, and you don't even realize it. No! Roll to hit against Lita. So that's going to be a brawl melee.
Mm-hmm. I'm putting my feet to use.
Lita! So mad at you right now. Oh, you could die. Fuck!
It's nice knowing you all.
I got a 6. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh my God. Okay.
Is my we go down to combat summary where I take injuries and wounds and then
Yeah.
I have endurance.
Is it a 3 for the combat or is it the 4D for
You're
the
rolling 4 dice of
4?
damage.
Okay. Shit. 4, 5, 3, and 1.
4, 5, 3, 1. And your armor against Lita, what's your armor against the first category blunt?
Looking. Where would that be under?
Lower right-hand corner, it says armor. It's right above your weapons.
Oh yeah, battle weave against what did you say?
Oh, you got battle weave. The first number?
The first number is 3
Okay.
against blast.
Anything 3 or higher scores 2 damage.
No.
So it sounds like 6 points. Did you get any 6s?
No.
Okay, well that's good because that would have been 3 extra damage. But it does mean you've done 1 injury.
Okay.
So go ahead and Lita take 6 points and 1 injury.
Okay.
Roll
Oh,
D6
man.
for where it is.
Okay, so 6 points and 1 injury.
Yep.
I'm just taking a
Yeah.
I mean, Torg also would try to stop D.
And for what it's worth, the Dark Angel with the burning sword is just standing there trying to figure out if it's being attacked. Right? It's not.
Right.
It is not
Right.
doing the fight.
Exactly.
So that was my question. That was the angel did not just like do that to my mind. It's literally.
Oh, it's literally got a flaming sword.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Torg, you're going to try to reacquire D.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and do a brawl melee. Now, D, do you have evade? I'm sorry, dodge is a feat. Dodge as a feat would allow you to use evade out of turn.
I don't have that, I don't think.
I got a 6 and a 5.
Okay, so that's going to be a hit.
Do you want me to evade?
Let's see. You do not have that.
We don't want you to evade. If you had it, I'm sure you would be wanting to evade.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
The
good.
me in
So
character wants to evade. The me of me does not want. I don't want this for y'all. This is bad.
Torg has you again. Navad, what do you do?
Okay. I feel like I'm aware of this kind of weird scrum that's breaking out amongst my friends, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna just see. I want to see what I can kind of get off of this angel. Like,
Well, unfortunately, it's about to make it real simple.
yeah.
Given what I know about the angel and their tactics, and given what I know about the situation, the angel turns to you and says, "This is simple. Kill her."
Oh, heck no. No way. Okay, so I was about to go for a read on this guy.
You try it anyway? Okay,
no. Pardon?
So instead, what do you do?
I'm going to I'm going to dig as hard as I can into my mind, and I was gonna mind freak rip or earlier. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to mind freak the angel. I'm gonna go for a terrorize spell here.
So at this point, everyone and Lita both kind of go limp and kind of willless. D, however, for anybody who might be watching this that doesn't know the history of D, D is some part of something called Project Morningstar, which was a eugenics project where they created new life, half human, half from genes they took from a captured angel. So she is actually a Nephilim. And one of the primary powers of the Nephilim is they are immune to glamour. So D, Torg, let's go, because Torg goes all slack.
Oh, it's on! Oh, it is Donkey Kong levels of on! Let me at it! 6? Bro melee? Oh, that's me. That's my Flavy. Oh, suck it! 6!
So did you want to do like
Oh, I'm just gonna try to like throat punch this angel. I don't
Sure. So roll 4 dice.
Oh yeah! 4, 4, 5, and 2.
So here is how I am going to say this resolves. Torg, Karen, Navad, Lita. The glamour comes down. D is standing there, bleeding and panting. She's holding a sword that's flaming, but the flame goes out. She has just pulled it out of the dead body of the angel. She's in pretty bad shape, but has a big, childlike glee grin on her face. The angel is lying dead at the door of your settlement.
Holy crap.
I'd
I mean,
say
that's
you have good-
I both say that as a player and as Navad.
And everyone think that Torg's sweet would be the problem.
What do you do?
Okay. So there was just the glamour, we just can't resist it at all.
No. Yeah, we actually set that up in about 4 different episodes.
Yeah.
Remember, that was specifically what Morningstar and Grace were worried about.
Yeah, for sure. So we didn't see it, but D hit and killed the angel.
You were literally not witnesses to the fight because you were zonked out.
Oh my!
It's pretty clear what
So
happened.
we just come to and dead angel.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yep.
Good job. Well done. Way to go, D. I see you have very nice defenses here.
Lita's gonna like cough up a little blood and be like, I told you.
At this point, you see the light coming from the heavens again.
Oh shit.
The light is focused on the center of the settlement.
Oh man.
Tell everybody to run, right?
You just yell run.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Yeah.
Clear out. Everybody run.
The 5 of you, and what villagers hear you? So a few of them, but not all of them,
Oh no.
because there won't be a lot of time. Run. And you have literally a 1 Michael Bay increment of time, right, to get away so that when the light hits and the explosion happens, you can do the pull forward on wires move, and you're blown away as Greenhaven is turned basically to glass.
Oh my god.
I reached send when I said that was a good job.
Oh,
That was the best option we had.
Yeah, that was by far the best option we had.
yeah, you also said either do it or don't do it, and I freaking double did it.
No,
By the way, you're holding the angel's sword.
Also, I have the freaking angel sword.
That can you do something with it?
Yeah, you freaking stab your stupid cattail with it. You don't like it so much.
What? I let you scratch my chin. What is
There's
you?
no one's stabbing anyone's tails off. We're not. Oh God, this is really bad.
He
Okay.
acts like she didn't say that I should freaking kill that angel. You're welcome. You're freaking welcome for not getting sandblasted into glass smithereens.
Oh
See
God.
that
I
also
understand
gave
why this anger is aimed at me. Clearly, you made a choice, and now that choice has consequences, but for some reason, you're blaming them on me. Perhaps it's something that lower order creatures do. I understand.
Yeah, it is. It is something lower order class creatures do, and it makes me sad. So fine.
Well, I'm sorry you're sad.
Thank you.
I am kind of glad you killed the angel. I'm sad that you don't have a place to live. I don't like angels. So
Okay, yeah, no, that's really fair. Actually, that's pretty.
It's a pretty accurate summation of
that's
of the
helpful.
performance. Yep.
Accurate feedback. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So I'm going to go ahead and segue this into part 2 of season 2. We're going to see basically a montage where first we're going to see Rip find Torg. We find out that Rip is fine. Rip was
Yay!
not in the settlement, was out hunting when the light hit. So Torg gives Rip a big hug. Rip actually is a little more actually gives a hug back. Like after that, I think you get a hug back. We see Dee and Navad pull a brain in a tank and a messenger bag full of circuit boards out of the basement of what's left of the settlement, because the Skyfire doesn't go all the way down. So you're able, basically Sloan is still alive, but he isn't connected to anything because everything on top is leveled. D, you're not B, so this is not your field, but you've been working with a robot for a long time. Your sister was. And you're pretty sure some of Sloan's hardware is compatible. So it's possible you can kind of move Sloan into that, fold Sloan into that project. Because now you have no other choice, and you're definitely going to end up at war with Curse. This group, minus of course Miss Clawson, who's going to return with the "that didn't work out so great" news. You'll return to the Shire, because the Shire is going to end up at war with Curse. So the whole "stay away from the Shire and the Shire will be safe" thing, that's over. You got no place else to go. So really at this point, what you have to do is you have to kill the Warlord. And that will be part 2 of season 2. Remove Curse. You have to destroy the Warlord to save the Shire and save the community. And you have certainly now made a permanent enemy of the Angels.
So okay, so the Angels are going to want to kill us. Curse wants to kill us. The Angels want to kill Curse. Curse's men want to kill Curse. The cats are kind of on us right now, probably.
Yep.
And my psychic child's brain is in a jar.
Correct.
On the other hand, I think we'll end the session as you will get in part of that montage. You'd wave goodbye to Clawson as the flitter comes down and takes her away. You come back into the Shire and you sit down for a strategy meeting with Eric and the rest, and they serve up some perfectly prepared churros.
Churros, baby. I was gonna say the one saving grace is the churro machine back at the Shire.
It's been repaired. It's in perfect condition.
Yeah.
They're savory. They're cinnamony. They're a little crunchy, but they're nice and spongy underneath. They're perfect.
Oh, well, I'm also being reminded in the chat that the vampires don't like us either.
Thank you, chat. All right.
But Jesus loves us.
We have good time. Jesus is our only friend.
But for all these enemies, you're all still alive.
We are all still alive.
Right?
One rip.
Good time, Jesus.
One
is
baby.
our only
Yeah,
friend.
exactly. Jesus and rip.
All right. Well, thanks for watching this half of the season. Lots of fun. And before we hand this over to Shannon, I'm so glad to see Jessica. I'm always glad to share even a virtual stage with you. And let's go over to Shannon. Yeah.
Hey, everybody. So it is me. It is Shannon. And as Mike said, we are coming to the end of our midway point of season 2, Remove Curse. We want to thank, of course, we want to thank Jessica for being such an awesome guest and for playing with us, even though Ms. Clawson will be taking back a unfortunate report back to the cats in the committee. Also, as always, we would like to thank our technical director, Colt Joyce, our mysterious German accented friend who reads our voiceover at the top of every show, Mr. Andreas Fabus, who spent the entire time watching this show tonight. So special shout out. I saw Andreas's handle there in the chat all night long. He encouraged death to the angels, by the way. So there we go. We want to thank our moderators. We want to thank Brett, our archivist, who keeps track of all of the various events and stuff that happens. We're going to get last week's episode 8, and this week's episode 9 of season 2 up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So you can watch it VOD here, or you can check it out over on our YouTube channel. And we're going to take off the entire month of August, and we'll be back early September with more amazing stuff. So until then, we'll see you in the wasteland.